community members in Arrow Creek. And the consensus we're getting is, you know, let's get it passed and start moving forward. And, you know, the one thing we, all three of us fought for was the gas line to be taken to the house where we can utilize the natural gas from NDU and the WBI pipeline. And then we got it. We got that. And, you know, the original per rod was $12.50, and now it's at $135. So, you know, that's a big jump from where we were at before the previous agreement. And now the community, who we represent, they're pushing us to get this passed also. So I think we're all in agreement, you know, as the Arrow Creek community. So if you want me to go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members of the body. I'll speak on this as a proponent also. I mean, like we said, it's the reason why motion brings up committee is, I mean, we have a quorum right now. It's perfect timing, like we said, and we can't wait no longer. Some of these landowners been waiting on us for I don't know how long now, 6 years, and they've been coming in, and this is the only way that this is going to move is our quorum right now. We're sitting at. It brings that there's stipulations for education money in there. There's tarot jobs in there. There's like I said, landowners are going to get their fair share, and then the budget too. It's going to put a relief on our budget. And I always talk about, hey, let's talk about getting what we had some cuts earlier, but let's try to bring some back in here. And you guys aren't going to have to take no cuts no more. So there's a win-win situation everywhere around. We're getting the landowners happy. We're getting education happy. We're getting some jobs. So I mean, I'd like to hopefully get your support on this bill. Thank you.
Oh, Frank. Thank you, Speaker, Secretary, body. Yes, I'm a proponent of this, and I'm speaking on behalf of constituents in my district and various other districts. Come up to us and they ask us, when is this going to be done? I'm waiting 6 years. They're about to shut my lights off. They're about to do this. I need to buy propane. You know, when you don't have money, you think of all the times that people owe you money, you know, and for 6 years, these people have been thinking about this money that's owed to them as their right as landowners. And, you know, and we don't have to worry about that. You know, it's, you know, our money comes in, but they've been waiting for 6 years. If we have to wait 6 years for our money, we'd be bashing down the doors too. So I think that, you know, we need to get this passed. It helps everybody all the way around. And with winter coming up, you know, people that are in need will really benefit from this. So I'd like everybody's support on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, since this came out of a recommendation, by motion, this time the floor is now open for debate. Go ahead, Brandon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Secretary, guests. This is not really a debate, but this is facts. We're selling the rods at a linear feet for $8.13 or 16. Canute, Pat, Duke. That's $135 a rod. They've been in trespass for 4 years. 4 years. And we can only, the best we can get is $135 for the landowners. This is politically driven. You guys know it and I know it. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the Crow tribe. $8.13 a linear foot, 16.6. Anu? You guys want to go ahead and do it? You can, but I'm going to stand my ground and say no. You can get your war bonds on and get your feather pen, put signature to it, go ahead. But I think there's a better deal. There's another tribe that sued a company like this and they got $250 a rod. Hey, y'all, you landowners, $250. But you guys want to go ahead and do it? I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to vote no. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with it.
Oh, Brandon. One more. Go ahead, Paul.
Thank you, Speaker, Secretary, everybody. While that, looking at these committee meetings, going back to committee meetings, and a lot of stuff with, you got Mr. Biglet there. He doesn't miss nothing. He's here almost 99.9% of the time. And Malaga, you guys created committee meetings, and I've seen this before. You jerk these committee meetings on ball, look, te bahay, te goy. I think that's why do we have committee meetings if we're going to do this? Why do you elect people for chairmen and take their stuff from them? Take a look at on the Woodstock list. Like Brandon, he comes. You don't even miss. I never seen him miss a special session or a session because he's always here. Meeting with Billings State. If he has the funds, and he's 99.9%. He's here all the time. I guess some of you guys don't even show up, man. Special session, 16 sessions. But then, always wise. I come from the younger group, and when I first came in here, from the outside, I believed you guys were patriots. That we followed rules and regulations that year. That I looked up to you guys. Hey, Noah sitting here, looking at you guys, I'm pretty disgusted with it's not democracy, man. Hey, you jerk that stuff for Brandon. I don't think he's incompetent. He's not. He's here, he's here. I guess we actually got shit. Committee meetings and that. In order for you to jerk that away from Brandon, how come you weren't here when he had committee meetings? And on the East Side place, you're giving chairmen, you're giving him $31. Kona, you jerk stuff away from him. I think that's not good. That's what I'm seeing you guys do. Sometimes you have to put politics aside. Brandon's competent. I think he can read and write. He ran a program. He bought Brandon. You jerk it away from them. I guess if you guys want to do politics, there's nothing wrong with that. Where are the other Alaki members? I'm a Alaki member myself. If the tribe wants to do a deal for me, I believe that they should do a better deal for me if I can't say nothing. And I believe that researching this stuff, I was looking at it, and in my research, your $8 a foot isn't much. compared to, like, when you look at the market, natural resource is third. Bill? And so how come you're going so low? But you know, that's you, Bill. That's all you negotiate all the time. Just like you did with that oil deal. And so today, you know, I'm for the Crow people. I believe that these Crow people should get somewhere around 500 a rod. But if you guys want to go low, you know, that's not a problem. And go ahead.
Oh. Floor still open for debate. Comments, questions? Once, twice. Okay, at this time, moving on to amendments. Are there any amendments? Go ahead, Bill.
If possible, we would appreciate substituting the jar with the addition of section 3, waiving the appraisal intended for the access road. It's not crucial or important, that important, but we think it would help things go quickly in terms of everybody being paid.
Mr. Speaker, question of privilege. So Bill, you're saying you're gonna move forward on a document that you didn't even negotiate with the landowners on a right of way to get to the line? But we're pushing this, we're waiving it? Is that what you're saying? Yes or no?
Don't understand the question.
So why are you waiving that if it's not even full ready to go? This is politically driven. This is politics.
Mayor, Mr. Speaker.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Senator Goodluck. As you'll remember, this was negotiated back in December of last year at the community center in Black Lodge. So I think the terms of this agreement came out well before the political season. But putting that aside, the exact reason for waiving this appraisal is that we already know that the roads are going to appraise for something like $200 an acre. The payment is something like $4,000 an acre for the use of the roads. They will add several months to the time frame for the roads payments to be made to the tribe and to the landowners, and the tribe at least can waive its appraisals. So it's just trying to avoid that extra delay in time, and that's the purpose for adding that section 3. Thanks.
Once again, thank you, Bill, for answering the question. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, no amendments, then moving on to second reading. Is Pat?
This time I'll make a motion to waive second reading, move to final roll call vote.
Second. Tyson Grew, 1 second. All in favor, raise your right hands. All opposed? Twelve, 2, motion carried. Final roll call vote.
Pierre, Black Lodge, yes. Rogers, Black Lodge, yes.
White Clay, Black Lodge, yes.
Yeah, no.
Burton Brown, yes.
Robarn, yes.
Big Long, yes. Deep Creek, yes.
Goes ahead, yes. Hugs, yes.
Gilbert, yes.
Good luck, mighty few no.
Melberg. No. Oh, Garage was it? Yes.
Alderman Bidorn, yes.
11-3, this legislation has now passed the branch. Any comments? 12-3. Any comments?
Thank you, Speaker, Mr. Vice Chair, Secretary, members of the body, all members of the body. Thank you for your consideration of this. Certainly respect the comments of the people who question whether this is a wise thing to do. But we believe, having worked with this for several years, that it is a good deal. And it will be finally moving forward toward compensating those landowners who have been waiting for such a long time at a rate that we think is much better than they probably could have negotiated for themselves, or at least most of them. We think that the great majority of landowners will go along with this and be satisfied with it. And with that, I'll ask Clarice to add another word.
Clarice.
Thank you for that. And I want to say one more thing. When this offer was made to the landowners, the consents went out by WBI. And when those landowners receive those consents from WBI, they can either take that offer or they can refuse to come. The BIA still holding that trust responsibility. They already accepted with the chairman's negotiated rate. Because the previous 20 years, my dad still owned that land, and he only got $6 and something a rod. Shikugwa. It was a bad deal back then. And it's 10 times more. We appreciate what you did. I know some of the landowners, majority, I think, would appreciate that amount. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Moving on, back onto the agenda. Are there any other old businesses that are ready for the floor? Okay, at this time, all the rest of the businesses will. Eric.
I'd like to make a motion to recess. There's a second.
Oh, we're almost done here. Really? All we got is this here and his report, that's it. Okay, all the rest of the old business are staying in old business, and there's no other business right now. So are you gonna recess, come back tomorrow, or are you gonna adjourn?
Point of order, there's a vote on there.
Okay, there was a motion, and there was a second.
I take back my motion.
Okay,
My second.
okay. Bryce, did you have an LR?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let her go along with it. Let her remove my stuff from the.
Clerk is done.
Bueno, si hago. Minutes ago, what?
Matt's ready. 4.
Done. At the board?
Mr. Speaker and Secretary, the feed trust is ready to go. Mars, it's a win-win with it. And we didn't have a quorum that time. And all you gotta do is bring it onto the floor and approve it, and that's it. So that fee is, it's about what, 8,000 acres of it. And then we had a report that was handed out to all of us, feed trust. Okay, well, I'll make a motion right now to bring the feed trust legislative resolution on the floor.
The second motion by Carlson goes ahead to bring back to the floor of legislative resolution, co-travel list approving a supplemental application for feeder trust acquisitions of co-travel fee lands. Second by Bryce Hugs. All in favor, raise your right hands. All opposed? Abstaining? Motion carried.
Has to be read into record.
Okay, this was an old business because at the last, it was brought into the special session, but no action was taken. So under the House rules, it goes into old business, but it was never read into record. So at this time, we need to be read into record.
Thank you, Speaker. On behalf of the Chairman of the National Resources Committee, I'll read this into the record. And this is a resolution of the Crow Tribal Legislature approving a supplemental application for fee to trust acquisitions of Crow Tribal fee lands.
Need a motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Pat Allen, second by Carlson Jose. Proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. Legislative findings. Whereas Joint Action Resolution number JAR 16-01 approved January 29, 2016, authorized and requested the Secretary of the Interior or his or her designee to acquire in the name of the United States to hold in trust for the benefit of the Crow Tribe land and interests in lands owned by the Crow Tribe in fee simple as described in Appendix A of the property and applies to mandatory as well as discretionary acquisitions of lands located both within and outside the boundaries of the Crow Indian Reservation. And whereas Section 4 of JAR 16-01 authorizes the Crow Tribal Executive Branch to submit supplemental applications for the United States to acquire additional tribally owned fee lands to be held in trust for the benefit of the Crow Tribe, including mandatory as well as discretionary acquisitions, to be added to and incorporated into Appendix A, subject to approval by the legislative resolution. Subject to approval by legislative resolution of the legislative branch upon the request of the chairman of the executive branch. And whereas pursuant to Section 4 of JAR 1601, the chairman of the executive branch has requested the legislative branch to approve a supplemental application for the lands and interests in lands listed in the addition to Appendix A designated Appendix A-1. And whereas it is the continuing desire and intention of the Crow Tribe to request the United States through the Secretary of the Interior to acquire such tribally owned fee lands in the name of the United States in trust for the Crow Tribe, now therefore be it resolved by the Crow Tribal Legislature in special session that pursuant to Section 4 of JAR 1601, the chairman of the executive branch is hereby authorized to prepare and submit a supplemental application for the United States to acquire additional tribally owned fee lands to be held in trust for the benefit of the Crow Tribe as listed in Appendix A1 attached to and incorporated by reference. I'm sorry. And be it finally resolved that this tribal resolution shall take effect immediately upon becoming duly adopted by the legislature.
Okay, starting the presentation.
Thank you, Speaker. Debbie Scott, who was working on this project and who was preparing this application, was unable to be here today. She's out of town, but she did provide me some additional information. First, just as a summary, at least according to her figures here, the Crow Tribe currently owns 35,151 acres of fee on the reservation. Taxes on an annual basis are $76,000 in Bighorn County, $7,000 in Yellowstone, for a total of $83,000 a year plus more. The fee to trust transactions that went in under JAR 1601 were identified as mandatory transactions consisting of undivided interest in 16 tracts, approximately 613 equivalent acres to be transferred into trust, and the taxes on those were $935 a year. On the second supplemental application, we have both mandatory and discretionary. And again, mandatory includes undivided interest of land that's already held in trust, except for that fee interest that probably went to a non-Indian spouse in an old probate. The Secretary does not have discretion whether or not to take that into trust. It also makes it easier. We don't have to provide title insurance or environmental site assessment, which is quite a lot of work. So those are several of those interests. They're identified on the map back there if you're interested. Secondly, there are the discretionary ones, and these are where it's pure fee land owned by the tribe. There are 2 ranches that total about 5,000, in excess of 5,000 acres, that we are currently paying more than $8,000 per year in property taxes. That's the old Pryor Shock Ranch out there by Pryor that for one reason or another didn't get put back in the trust. Many of those other lands from that purchase in the late 90s, early 2000s were put in the trust, but not this. And then secondly, the former Hairpin Ranch, the Arrow Creek Ranch, that the tribe acquired here 2 or 3 years ago. That consists of 1,633 acres. So the mandatory undivided interests were things we got. I'm just familiar with 2 of them. One, we purchased a 1/9 interest in land up in Yellowstone County from Kurt Hecker, the guy that sold us the Fort Custer property. He kind of threw that into the deal. And the other, a non-Indian widow who was committed, or let's see, incapacitated due to Alzheimer's disease down in Mississippi, wanted to give that to the tribe so she would be qualified for Medicaid to pay for her nursing home. So that was done here just recently. We think it would be helpful. I think Debbie's got the environmental side assessments and the title work done on the 2 big ranches. And everything else is set to go. It'd be good to get this in while the Obama administration is still there and get the ball rolling on these Feed the Trust transactions. Thank you very much. I try to answer any other questions you might have. I appreciate your consideration of this.
Thank you. That's it for the 30-minute, unless someone else has something to say as a proponent. Okay, at this time, move on to the committee recommendation. This is Natural Resource Chair, Carlson Goolsbee.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Secretary, members of the body. Yes, this was introduced, I believe it was a special session, and we put it back into the committee, Natural Resources. But on September 20th, it was a Tuesday, in the afternoon. We started about 1:30, and we didn't have a quorum, but we only had 4 members, and that was myself and Speaker Oak Crow and Secretary Alden and Greg 3 Arms. And then Debbie Scott came over, and then so we went over and read into this read, and Debbie went over and discussed. We had a discussion with no quorum. You know, this LR Feed the Trust, and you know that's. And I wrote in my notes here, will be introduced to the full legislature on Thursday, September 29th, 9 a.m. for approval, and I believe that was a special session, but which never did occur.